Hello. Last week I said that there is something wrong in our strategy against islamism, terrorism, and rogue states. Since the beginning of the war, the Bush administration intends to export democracy to the greater Middle East. It sounds like a generous goal. Unfortunately, it does not work. Radical Islam is spreading over the Muslim population, both in the Middle East and in Europe. Islam is more and more conflicting with democracy. It's nonsense to impose democracy while the majority of the Muslim population only wants to returning to the early Middle Age. Let us consider the two main threats we are facing. The first is the implementation of nuclear devices, missiles, terrorist networks in rogue states. The solution is quite obvious. Preemptive strikes can suppress the threat. For example, in Iraq, once the Saddam Hussein network destroyed, the job was done. It was not necessary to maintain a permanent ground force in order to bring democracy or to prevent civil war between tribes. So, just let's go. The second threat is terrorism. Thanks to migration and tourism, the terrorists are living in our countries. They are not 10,000 miles away. What's more, they rely on supporters inside the Muslim communities. I mean that our vulnerability is due to the presence of Islamic groups in our countries. The good question is, how long shall we tolerate these groups plotting dreadful strikes against our civilians? The answer is quite obvious. The Islamic groups must be expelled of our countries. What's more, tourism and migration from Islamic countries must be forbidden. In short, I mean that the best policy is a containment policy. An iron curtain should separate the free world of Islam. I repeat myself, the main battle is at home and not in the desert of the Middle East. Forward this video to your leaders. I know that the defense establishment shares this opinion. See you next week.